All right, so Carlos Letter, he that's the main guy right up there. Basically, I've been writing a book and movie screenplay and getting back memories for about 5 years, and I do believe we'll find out what he supposedly got out of prison. Um, Carlos Letter, German Colombian, Italian. There he is right there, the main guy. Yes, it's the main guy right there. He's actually DEA for the Fast and the Furious. That's him for sure. I blew up the picture and got the facial features. It's him. I know him. I met him. They lived in my neighborhood. My mom. I've been sending my mom stuff to read so she could believe my story. My parents have disgraced me. My dad was dying, and my dad needed me to get my memories back. So it was in and out of. When you become a spy, they split your personality, and they split your personality as a mental disorder. It's a mental disorder. One personality does not know what the other personality does. So, and then the other personality also knows what both of the personalities does. They design it specifically a certain way. So if you get tortured, you won't know what the other personality doesn't know. But if you use drugs for information extraction via pharmacology against the Geneva Convention, that goes to every personality. You can't freaking beat that. So that's what we do in Guantanamo Bay. I've been in Guantanamo Bay. We do information extraction via pharmacology. It's like a party, and basically you can make people feel real uncomfortable on truth serums and drugs and PCP, but basically the stuff that we use, it just makes people tell everything, and then they don't even really remember. So, anyways, during Letter's trial, now LEDH, they spelled his name wrong right here. It's Ledhers. Looks like Letter. Campagnon Ledger. That means a book with numbers in it, account numbers. Carlos Letter. So basically, they look the same. Letter, Ledger. So anyways, during Letter's trial in Jacksonville, he got busted with the island because the Democrats found out how much money the Republican Party, the whole Miami, the whole Florida, the Eastern Time Zone got built by cocaine. There's so much extra money. Everybody was doing cocaine. And it says here he was in Jacksonville, he was part of an elite United States Marshal Service, a team which provided threat intelligence, information, support. So basically, he's pretty much saying he's in a spy program. It's actually called Majestic 12. Majestic 12 spy program. One girl can have 576 babies raised by 2 a month for 24 years. Now, it's Carlos Letter Island to Ledger County. Now, my mom said she didn't know that he had an island 40 miles away. That's the whole thing that makes, my mom, for 5 years, I've been begging my people to help me talk to my dying dad. First, my dying dad, and then, my dad would talk to me every 2 weeks, and then I'd come in and I'd see him, and he would. Oh, and the reason why I'm doing this is they're putting me in a mental hospital. They're putting me in a mental hospital instead of looking at my proof of being a spy. I'm going to a mental hospital. For who knows? Maybe I could go for years because of the video I put on Facebook. I would have never put that video on Facebook if my sister didn't have me arrested the first time. Now, basically, everybody sins differently, Freaking, my parents aren't perfect. No one's perfect. But, Basically, we faked Pablo Escobar's death because we faked Jesus Christ's death. So basically, we faked Jesus' death. He hasn't been crucified yet. So no one's going to heaven and no one's going to hell. We're the fallen angels. We're the fallen angels. And so for me saying this, I got to go to frickin'. No one's helping me. No one's helping me. So I'm going to see who's going to come to court and help me. And basically, if you don't help me, I don't help you. And I hate it to be that way. But basically, I'm demanding that you help me because I need your help. And we're supposed to help each other. But if you don't help me, I can't help you. I mean, you get drugs in the mail and you go to jail. And then DCF will come and get your kids. Diddy Campagnon and Flock of you. Anyways, my people are pissed. Who's my people? Maria Lopez Guadalupe Esquivel La Katrina. She lives in Lakeland, but she died on my mom's birthday. One of them, there's a bunch of her. One of them is going to college in Lakeland. I didn't raise them. I don't know who raised them. I don't know if Manuela Escobar raised them or Maria Escobar. I'd like to find the truth on some things. And basically, it's been so depressed. I've been so depressed because it's fucking all true. It's so much true stuff, and I have proof of it. And for 5 years, my mom's been telling me that I'm sick and I need help. I needed her help. I needed my dad's help. But they threw me in jail the first time. My sister said that I said I was going to have the MS-13 kidnap the family. She was afraid for her life, afraid to check the mail. But she doesn't believe any of the story. And I got the video that I'm going to play where I'm saying bad stuff about... Everybody knows I was saying bad stuff about MS-13. And I wasn't friends with them. I didn't know any of them. And I thought that they've had our houses surrounded. Anyways, if you Google small planes, Polk County, Florida, buying missiles for El Salvador, home of the MS-13, Maria Escobar, Pablo Escobar's Sweet 13, Manuela Escobar, I told her I'd be with her when she was 16 and give her a baby and bury her. Our daughters, Maria Lopez Guadalupe Esquivel, La Katrina, and then my waters. And so Campagnon, Ledger, Carlos Letter. So this right here says that frickin' Merrill Lynch is the Black Ops cocaine frickin' firm. Merrill Lynch loves cocaine, and Merrill Lynch frickin' funds all the frickin' Black Ops operations and CIA shit with the cocaine money. Anyways, drug money goes into the stock market as donations churches. This is Vincent, drug lord El Mayo's son. I conceived him the first few weeks of Riverside Military Academy. I got a couple girls pregnant the first few weeks of Riverside Military Academy, and I had my kids in May. Vincent was one of them. This is Sebastian Marcoon. When I went to freaking $15,000 rehab. I've been to five colleges, and I've been to 5 drug rehabs. There's records of me, DEA, undercover narcotics, with his pilot's license, FAA clearance, and basically, I'm still DEA. I'm a DEA spy with a fake name, fake social, fake names and socials to launder drug money into the stock market as donations to churches. Sebastian Marcoon changed his name. He doesn't look like the same Sebastian Marcoon I partied with in Miami. It might be a body double. I'm not sure. I talked to him and he said he did not want to know anything new about Merrill Lynch and Pablo Escobar. And that's kind of weird because I know the Juan Pablo. So I don't think it's him. I think that they got a body double. I think they're getting ready for our war. CIA used Pablo's drug money to fight communism with El Salvador and all those places, but also using the drug money to fight communism now. in the United States. So all these are screenshots of articles that you can read and freaking find out. This Pablo Escobar right here is not Pablo Escobar. That's the Italian Pablo Escobar, and that's where I say that he's Jesus Christ. We faked his death. So all these articles, say that you can read them for yourselves. I just have the screenshots. It explains how it's all done, or how they think it's all done. So everybody's trying to find the truth, and no one's going to admit this shit. So the writer that wrote this stuff isn't getting the details from the cops and shit. They're figuring it all out. DEA agents launder Mexican drug money as a part of the war on drugs. They launder it, yeah, because they have to use it to freaking fight it. How much can they launder? Well, if you do it the right way you launder a shitload. Donations, churches, and you use businesses, landscaping, and all kind of shit. Now, the CIA was hunting for 2003 was hunting for missing suitcase nuclear bombs. The report says they didn't find them. The CIA finds them all. The CIA and the DEA find them all. And we buy them with drug money. They send us. I've gone to Middle East and I've gone to a bunch of places to buy fucking suitcase nukes. And they come and get me for that shit. So I got charged with a fake bomb threat saying that Matt Williams planted the bombs. He had the bombs, and they're on timers. Yes, our bombs are on timers. We have CIA that took down the Twin Towers, CIA that frickin' did September 11th. Yeah, same thing. So we could go to war on terror and kill 500,000 people in the Middle East. Vietnam, we went to war for rubber trees, the tree that makes rubber. Ecstasy is methamphetamine, but it's methamphetamine 3,4. It's the wonder drug for post-traumatic stress. You do too much, it causes Alzheimer's. And if you lose your memories with Alzheimer's, induced by freaking MDMA ecstasy, you can get your memories back with Flocka and ice. Ice is crystal meth from North Korea. And Flocka is an angel trumpet synthesized Flocka, the zombie drug. Now, there is a copy of, it's also a cheap one that everybody's going to take when the powwow starts. When the powwow starts, everybody has to take Flocka. Because basically, if they don't, they don't. I keep on falling asleep. So basically, now this is Barack Obama and Trump, they're fucking best friends. And this says that that's program. This proves that years ago, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it does prove. Trump's friends with Obama. My dad can't stand Obama. So anyways, this little thing right here, this was outside my hotel in the rain. Can you see this? Little aliens? Look at all these aliens. When it rains and you take pictures, there's one there, one there, one there. This is like the mark of the beast or something. That M is the same kind of M that's on our hands. See? The M? Well, there's an M. Not important right now. So basically, it's a little swiggly thing. So in the rain, you can see different realms. So, shit. Where'd it go? So, I have to send this to my lawyer because I don't want to go to the hospital when I've been telling the truth for 5 years. For 5 years. So basically, if Carlos Letter had an island in the Bahamas, and from 1974 to 1987, 100 flights a day to Florida, well, where in Florida were they going? Well, if you Google Carlos Letter articles in Lakeland Ledger, there's no articles about Carlos Letter in Lakeland Ledger. And if you Google Pablo Escobar, Lakeland Ledger, there's no articles about Pablo Escobar, Lakeland Ledger. That says that they're coming here. You can ask Spiker's All-American 4x4. Basically, everybody knows it was coming here. And there's the island. And the DEA had freaking, used orange groves. So basically, and they use the airport. Drug money goes into the stock market in Polk County as donations to churches. Here's Merrill Lynch, my dad's firm. It's a cool picture. Look at this. The pictures look better on the thing. Like that's the that was my dad's office right here. So my dad died 4 years not talking to me, but he would like every two weeks. My dad came to Hawaii to visit in 2012. He was so happy, okay, because I was doing good and I had a booth set up selling jewelry on the beach, and he found out he didn't find out I was married yet, okay. Oh no, he did because in 2008 when I left Hawaii. I came back. 2008, I went to Hawaii. Then 2009, I went to Hawaii. 2009, Chaz, my friend Chaz, he moved to Hawaii when I was on probation. I got on probation because I was selling fake Oakleys. Fake Oakleys come from the Hong Kong triads, and basically, he started selling fake Oakleys on my beach because I sell jewelry on the beach, and so I got him to stop selling jewelry, fake Oakleys on my beach, but I sent him to I sent him to Myrtle Beach to make a lot of money, and I fronted him sunglasses and $1,500 in sunglasses, and I told him not to sell anywhere but inside the hotel room, door to door, else he'd get arrested. He got arrested for 2 charges. I had a freaking bail him, send them $800 to get him out of jail. They confiscated all the sunglasses. He lived on my couch for like 6 months. And then when I got arrested and stuff, and I was crying about freaking not going to Hawaii, and I should have gone to Hawaii a long time ago, he moved to Hawaii. So I went to visit him. When I went to visit him, I instantly had friends, and I instantly knew my cart with my jewelry was going to be on the streets of Waikiki. And he was calling my dad, telling my dad that I knew all the drug dealers. And he was flipping out about it. And he said I was a speed freak. I was on my Adderall. I thought my dad was crazy. I had my jewelry booth, and it's always a hangout. And there was a couple guys that smoke weed or sell weed that would stop by. And I thought Chaz was lying. I thought Chaz was lying. But dude, I have split personality to be a spy. And I'm in the drug trade. And I'm a freaking cartel boss. And fucking for the government, we fucking launder drug money. And we pay the government. We pay the government. And we're allowed to. And I've been begging my family to listen to me, and my family threw me in jail like a piece of shit. My sister lied to the police and said I said I was going to have the MS-13 kidnap the family. She was afraid for her life, afraid to check the mail, and the videos that I have, I'm afraid. I have all the videos. I'm afraid of MS-13. I was flipping out about them. So basically, I was wanting my parents to get into witness protection, but instead I embarrassed them because I was yelling at my dad, "Get your head out of Merrill Lynch's ass! Get your head out of Merrill Lynch's ass! You're dying and you're working. Why are you still working? You're dying. Why are you still working? I'm still working because your lazy ass husband, because Karen's lazy ass, Karen and her lazy ass husband did 2 bankruptcies or something like that." So that's what he said. And I got Baker acted because I put documents about the Catholic Church. All right, this is Osvito. He's wanted, supposedly wanted. He's 33 years old. Okay, now 33 is the Mason number, Freemason number. So basically, now watch this. So Letter was indicted for shipping 3.3 tons of cocaine into the United States and was extradited, blah, 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 to Colombia. It's all fake news because he's a politician. And then now this is saying he threatened the judge. This is saying, the other article said in court that he was saying that he was part of a U.S. Marshals Service. And he was, but now it's saying he was threatening all the judges. But 3.3 tons of cocaine. Okay? He got, guess how many years in prison? He got 33 years in prison I'll show you pretty soon, for 3.3 tons of cocaine. And Osvito is wanted by the police, but they were allowed to cartel. And so now they're wanted by the police, but it's all fake news. Letter sentence was the hardest under federal law. They make these sentences so harsh so nobody else will smuggle drugs in. They don't want people smuggling drugs in. So the government does it, makes all the money, but they'll fucking put you in jail if you try it. So if you're not with the government, and I'm with the government. I'm with the government. I don't do anything illegal. I don't have any drug money. The government has it, but we own the government. So basically, all these Carlos letters, here's the thing that says it, so you can read it. I'm doing this because I need to show my lawyer and my judge that basically this whole story is very long and it's all true. So if all these guys living in Lakeland look like me, they lived on our property. You can ask John Blazer. John Blazer did 20 years Air Force, 5 tours to the Middle East. He was my best friend since 5 years old on Gachet Boulevard, and he remembers the island. And we've been hanging out for years, and since we were little kids. And basically, my mom made my dad hate him because my dad was dying, not of sound mind. My mom was told him that we did meth together. We didn't do meth together. Meth is like Adderall. I got John Blazer on meth. And then he had to quit. It's addictive. It's fucking awesome. Meth is so good. The high is so fucking high that you'll fucking give up your 401k. You don't need it. You'll give up your fucking living room. You don't fucking need it. You got fucking someone else's living room. Why fucking work when you don't have to? Why fucking be a slave to, you just do a little meth and fucking Polk County's awesome. Because Polk County sucks. But if you're on meth, it's fucking not bad. Have mething around. So I was tweaked writing a book. I was introduced to fucking meth at rehab by Bo. Bo flew there in his own plane. Let's see what it says. Drug trafficking, Guerrilla, Colombia. The island and letter. How big it is. The landing strips. Small planes. To nearby Florida and Colombia. So from Florida till 88. So from 74 to 88. So they planned on doing this after Vietnam. The tax rate was 68% after Vietnam. The Democrats had the tax rate 68%. So the Republican Party made is Majestic 12 spy program to turn the deep state into Republicans. You can't change the New World Order. I mean, you can't stop the New World Order, but you can change it. You can change it. So basically, the whole story's true. Now, this part of the story explains, this part of the story pretty much says that the story's true. They look just like me. They look just like me. And this came out years after, after I went to jail and freaking, there it is again. He's DEA. And what does it say? Fast and Furious, really part of a secret deal between the Sinaloa, the DEA, and Mexico's Sinaloa cartel. Sinaloa was allowed to take over the drug routes of Pablo Escobar to freaking, and here he is, politician, and so they can call him. You can call him. My judge can call him, and if my judge calls him, we might have to wake him up out of mind control. I know how to I have a few words. I'm not going to tell you what they are that I have to tell people, I have to say to wake people up out of mind control. And I was supposed to do that on national TV. Trump was supposed to be president 30 years after we faked Pablo Escobar's death. That's to 2024 for the first time. but Trump had to become president 8 years early. So Carlos Letter, Campagnon Ledger, or Carlos Letter, Ledger County. So basically, now he got put in jail for 33 years for 3.3 tons of cocaine, and now his veto is 33 years old. They're just using the Freemason number. Basically, I've been back and forth, and they're allowed to. They fly right over Patrick Air Force Base, pretty much. So, when was he released? When was he released? In 2020. So I've been having, putting videos on Facebook, and I'm going to show you a few since 2017. I'm going to show you my first one. But he didn't get out of prison until 2020, and I finally told my lawyer. I said to my lawyer, I left a message, Google Google Carlos Letter. He's a self-proclaimed Nazi. Adolf Hitler died in Colombia. Thousands of kids. He freaking went to Israel or to get the Jews, to get the Jewish girls and round them up and separate them to the ones they want to get pregnant. And basically, it was all about having babies with the Jewish girls because they're descendants of Jesus. Because we faked Jesus' death where the fallen angels reincarnated over and over and over. But now we're at the end, and we took Jesus' nut because he can't have sex, he can't sin, but his nut can make babies, like fertility clinic, Majestic 12, 2 babies per month for 24 years, 24 babies a year for 24 months, from 12 to 37, Majestic 12 spy program. Started in Vietnam. Started with Adolf Hitler. All these guys look like me. Basically, my mom disgraced me. She should fucking apologize. Basically, I need to be free. I was so broken. Then I had COVID, and that I freaking accidentally fucking made the stupid video that was illegal, and I did not upload it. But my fucking girls, my daughters, were trying to get me off the fucking phone and not die on meth. And they fucking, for 10 hours, I was tweak writing a fucking video shit over and over. I go onto Tweaks over and over trying to make a video, and it fucking sucks. And I'm making another one because I don't want to fucking talk on camera. And now, if you Google Carlos Letter, articles in Lakeland Ledger, there's none. But there's articles about Carlos Letter in every other newspaper. If you Google Pablo Escobar, articles Lakeland Ledger, there's none. But there's fucking articles in every other newspaper about Pablo Escobar. That tells you that everything came to Lakeland. I'm not making this up. I'm supposed to be with my people, waking them up. We fucking smuggle bombs. They fucking smuggle them to the United States. They're fucking on-timers, and they're supposed to be getting turned off, but nobody remembers that they fucking did it, because basically I was supposed to wake people up, and basically we were dealing with CIA that fucking took down the Twin Towers. The flight school was in freaking Lakeland and Sarasota to signal to freaking ISIS that the AK, the godfather of the Italian mafia, is Dennis Campagnone, because Merrill Lynch is the Italian Catholic firm connected to the government and the Vatican. The ISIS wanted to blow up the Vatican, but everybody knows that the guy that works at the Merrill Lynch at freaking Lakeland and Sarasota is the father of Lenny Montana, Lenny Robert Escobar, Little Bear, that faked Pablo Escobar's death. So the terrorists from September 11th know that fucking who I am, and I fake Pablo Escobar's death. And I'm not part of September 11th to go to war in the Middle East and kill 500,000 people, Nazar Zaka's people. We'll get to Nazar Zaka and how he was in prison in Iran on an espionage charge, my friend, and how I have all CIA spy friends in the next video. So if you put me in freaking jail, if you put me in a hospital for being schizophrenic, and this is proof of everything, then you have disgraced me and not listened to me. And that's my mother. Basically, she's getting me put into a fucking hospital because she doesn't want me to kill bad people. She doesn't want me to drain the swamp and get into politics. She's doing all this. She's lying. She knew Pablo Escobar. She found out. He's my uncle. He might be, maybe he's Jesus. I don't know. But maybe he's my uncle. But he's my uncle. Or cousin. I don't know. Maybe my mom's reincarnated. She's Mother Mary. Mary and Mary Magdalene nailed Jesus to the cross. So basically, maybe I'm fucking Lucifer. Maybe freaking Pablo Escobar's Jesus. Maybe freaking, So basically, that's that, dude. So this kind of proves it, Brian Moore, everybody was bitching at me, Brian Moore cracked the case the very first day I fucking made in 2017. Brian Moore took this picture of a different Carlos letter. There's like 10 different Carlos letters. And basically he put my freaking head on a Carlos letter, there, right there, because we look just the same. And it looks like a natural picture. So basically, he cracked the code, and I freaking did find the picture of that guy with Pablo Escobar, but I didn't look at his name and think to look him up. So I didn't think of his name to look him up. And John Blazer Carlos Letter used to live in our neighborhood. But way down the street, not come to our neighborhood too much. I karate chopped the dog and said, honk, honk, phooey, and karate chopped the dog. Oh, listen to this. This was on my phone. This just popped up on my phone. I've been sharing all this stuff with people and like writing all this stuff, like, look. So that's me at the bottom at Pablo Escobar. And I look pretty damn good, dude. You can't see, I look good. I got all the girls. I didn't even try. They came and I got attacked by all the girls. My mom told me that I told my mom I got molested. She knows I got molested when I was 11 with my babysitter. And then I told my mom that I used to hook up with a secretary at Merrill Lynch. I started having sex with her when I was 14. And I freaking raped her inside the freaking Merrill Lynch at the break room. And basically she said if I mentioned her name, a girl that molested me CIA molested me, because Merrill Lynch is a CIA firm, that she would disown me. And so I freaking told everybody what her name was. I was broken, and I couldn't talk to my dying dad for 4 years, and this shit's all real, and I'm going to a fucking mental hospital now, and they're not going to let me out. And fucking nobody gives a fuck, and nobody's going to help me. Nobody's going to help go to court with me. Nobody's going to freaking call the judge. No one's going to do anything except let me fucking go to jail. Everybody let Trump Trump got screwed. I was supposed to be on the campaign trail with Trump. I was supposed to be vice president. I've been to 5 colleges. I'm a licensed banker, broker, dealer. Series 766. I'm still a licensed banker, broker, dealer. And fucking it's on a fake name, fake social. And basically, I can prove all this shit. But basically, nobody cares, dude. Nobody cares about me. They fucking just party Denny, have a good time. John Blazer, my best friend, didn't even freaking.
My phone just freaking locked and it won't shut off. It won't do anything. Because I was fucking doing something I'm not supposed to be doing on the phone. So my phone's.
So basically, my phone's hacked. So anyways, basically,